session tonight. And tonight we are going to have another educator from different part of the world. And tonight our educator is head of the language acquisition area at UPEL Maracay and Maria Carolina Guanare. When she comes, we are going to start our live session with her. And I'm just waiting for her. Okay, there she is. Yes, let me invite your invitation. Okay, perfect. Now, hello.
Hello, Balkan. Hello, everyone.
Yeah, hello, Maria. Let me put it here.
How are you?
Yeah, can you hear me now? Hello?
Hello, yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, perfect. If you can hear me, it's wonderful. Okay, Maria. It's great to see you, and it's wonderful to have you here tonight. And I would like to say thank you very much for accepting my invitation for Teacher Talks and being with us here tonight. It's great honor to have you, Maria.
Okay, no, on the contrary, Balkan. Thanks to you for inviting me, okay? I feel honored to have been invited to this space you have to share knowledge, information, strategies with the rest of English teachers in the world. So thank you.
You're welcome, Maria. I know you are very busy, and actually we are all busy. We are teachers, we are educators, we are always busy. So if you're ready, we can start, can we?
Okay, of course.
All right, so I know about you, Maria, but maybe our audiences would like to know about you. So can you tell us about yourself, please, and a bit about your experiences too?
Okay, well, about me, Maria Carolina Guanare, okay? I've been working as an English teacher for a while. It's been some years since I started. And I have worked for high school level for, several years with students from 12, 13 till 17. I stopped
Wonderful.
working for I stopped working high school level in 2019, just before the pandemic. And I started, I had already started working for UPEL Maracay, which is a training teacher university, a public one. And I graduated from UPEL Maracay also.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you very much, Maria. Okay, so Maria, what was or were your turning point or points in your own education?
Well, I should say, that there was something that really changed my, not my point of view about education, but the way I addressed it. Well, and it was during master, when I was studying to get my master degree. And I had to enter in contact with technology. I must say that while I was in undergraduate program, possibly we didn't make that much use of technology. When I entered study my master degree, it was different. So that was a time when I really had to change my point of view towards technology, and I got familiar, I got used to use it, and well, here we are after a couple of years later. Okay. Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for sharing with us, Maria. All right. So you have been teaching for a long time, Maria, and probably you have tried different techniques, different strategies, different methodologies in your teaching, and probably you have a philosophy of teaching. So what is it? What is your philosophy of teaching, Maria?
Okay, just a minute, Volcan. Just a minute.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, I having some inconveniences here. Okay. So yeah, we can continue. Could you please repeat your question?
Of course I can, of course. And what I was saying that you have been teaching for a long time, and in this teaching your career, like you have probably have tried different strategies, different techniques and methodologies in your teaching, and probably you have a philosophy of teaching. So what is it? What is your philosophy of teaching?
Okay, well, really, during these years, I have understood that students or learners, let's not talk about students, let's say learners in general, they have to
Sure.
be identified with that you present to them. In our case, English, we present language. So we must make language reachable for students. They have to be they have to feel identified with that language, with that input you are presenting. So that's my philosophy, okay? Make language reachable for our students or our learners.
I got it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Maria.
Yeah.
And you know, we are educators and we have lots of stories, okay? Some bad stories, some good stories, some failed stories, and some success stories we have in our career, during our career actually. So can you tell us one or maybe two success stories of yours? Something inspirational.
Okay, a success story. Well, in my case, I would say that I feel successful. It's not a specific story, but this every time this happens, okay? Every time I find a student of mine, possibly from high school or from the university, and they tell me that they have, I don't know, at any point in their lives, that they have took advantage or they have taken advantage of something we learned in our years of study of English. Well, that's every time that in social media I find a student of mine who greets me with love and I don't know, highlight some facts about the year. Okay, that's success for me. I mean, it's not a specific fact or story, but every time this happens, I feel successful, really.
Yeah, I see. It's great. It's great. And thank you for sharing with us. Thank you. Thank you, Maria. And so I know you have been working with the high school for a long time. So can you tell us how do you feel working with the high school kids? And something specific you want to tell us about it?
Okay. Just a minute. Okay, just a minute.
Sure.
Okay. So you told me that experience, okay?
Yeah, of course. Your experience in high school. So can you tell us about it? You have been working in high school and with high school kids for a long time. So what is it? How does it make you feel? Or what can you tell us about it?
Okay, yeah. Well, the experience, well, it's not easy, okay? It's not an easy level to work with. It's difficult. turns difficult at times. Since some of the students, some of them, or most of them, they don't like English. They find it difficult. They find it tough. So you have to do your best for them to fall in love. Sometimes you succeed. Sometimes you don't. Okay. Yeah. So it is difficult. Maybe you have like, to dedicate, to devote part of your class to several strategies for them to find the interesting part. So as I told you before, they have to feel identified. If they don't see themselves there in the language you are teaching, we as teachers won't succeed. That's a reality for me, and that's something that I understood during those years of high school teaching.
I see. I got it. Thank you. Thank you very much for sharing it. Great. Thank you.
Yeah.
And what I want to ask you, Maria, you are, I think, working as UPEL or UPEL. I don't know how do we pronounce it. UPEL. So what is this UPEL or UPEL? Can you tell us about it?
Just a minute, Volcan. Just a minute, because I'm having some trouble with the audio. Okay, just a minute.
Now? Can you hear me now?
Oh, okay, yeah. Can you repeat?
Okay, so you are working, I think, in UPEL or UPEL. I don't know actually what it stands for. So can you tell us what is UPEL? What is it?
Okay. Yes, I told you at the beginning, it was a public university, and this is devoted to train future teachers. Okay, teachers in several specialties, such as, of course, English, Spanish, we call it here Castellano, mathematics, chemistry, physics, musical education, physical education, and some other specialties. Okay,
I see.
It was founded in 1971, and I mean that the letters, the acrostic is Universidad Pedagógica Experimental Libertador.
I see. That's why.
Yeah.
I got it now. Okay. So nice. Thank you. Thank you very much for the information about UPEL. All right. Thank you. So Maria, you know, we are teachers, and so we need to find a way to go to school and something that should motivate us to go to school every day, because sometimes we don't want to go to school, but there are some, the things that make us to go to school, motivate us to go to school. And what is your biggest motivation to go to school every day?
Okay. Well, as you probably have heard, Venezuela is going through difficult situations, political, economical problems, and so on. Okay? And it's like tough for everyone, not only for teachers, not only for students, for everyone. Okay? And against all odds, you might think that, young population wouldn't like to attend universities to get prepared for the future as professionals, but no, they do. They want to get ready for the future. And UPEL Maracay specifically English, the specialty of English department, physical education, musical education. They have like the most amount of students registered. So when I see those students willing to, to be English teachers, to be our colleagues, to study, to keep our work against difficulties and problems, okay, I said to myself, I have to be there, okay? I have to help them succeed too, okay? I have to do the best of myself for them to get ready or to prepare professionals. So yeah, that's one of the motivations. Okay?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's a great motivation to go to school. Thank you, Maria, for sharing with us. And Maria, you have, attended the TESOL exchange program this year, and we worked together, as you know that, and we spent time there together. And so when you think about that TESOL program, what was the best takeaway from there for you?
Okay. Well, TESOL, well, you mean TESOL Tampa or San Diego,
No,
or both?
in general, the program, both, TESOL exchange program.
Okay, in general, yeah. Well, I could mention some elements that I would say impacted. Well, in San Diego case, while we were there, I learned a lot from Black history there in Coronado, which was very interesting. I remember with well, I don't know, yeah, with special love and care, this lady, Fern Nelson, who told us about Black history in Coronado.
Yeah.
Okay, also the system they use at Barrio Logan Community College, which was definitely related, very closely related to the topic we were assigned, trauma-informed design. Yeah. Also, this topic impacted so much in my way of seeing teaching, or in the way I address my strategies. Possibly, as teachers, have always used some of the insights that approach has, but now we know it with name and last name, systematically speaking, okay? Now we have a whole pattern. Now we know how to call it, and now we know how to apply it. Well, in my case. And of course, TESOL Tampa was, nurturing, interesting, not only the sessions related to trauma-informed design, which were fantastic, but also other ones such as using social media as WhatsApp in our daily teaching. That's like one example.
I got it. Thank you. Thank you, Maria. Thank you very much. And Maria, when you think about this TESOL, the TESOL program, how did it affect your educational progress?
How you mean the effects on
the effects on your educational progress?
Yeah, well, in the case of the topic we were assigned, as I mentioned, it is like more systematically organized in my mind, in my planning, my daily planning, this trauma design. Now we know or consider a little bit more that all the students, all the learners that come to us as English teachers, they have something, well, they don't have, it is not that they have to have been gone through a natural disaster or a war. No, that's what trauma, and not only what trauma means, okay? Also, several situations at home, familiar, the political and economical situation that we are going through create or is the basis for some kind of trauma. So we have to assume that all of them, and we were told that in one session, that all students, all people that come to us are suffering from some kind of trauma. So they have to be addressed, treated such, okay? Being loving, being caring, being considered, okay? And making learning process as comfortable as possible for them. Okay?
I see. I got it. Thank you.
That's the, like, one way I consider TESOL or this topic changed my view of planning and teaching and learning process.
I got it. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much, Maria. And so what I want to say that, if I'm not wrong, that you are applying a kind of a access program in your school, Maracay. So
Yes.
what is that? Can you tell us about it a little bit? What is this? What is this access program? So can you just give us some information about it?
Yes, of course. Well, Access is a micro scholarship program, okay, from U.S. Embassy, and well, it works in several cities in Venezuela. We have access in Mérida, we have access in Caracas, the capital city. We have access in Lecheria. We have, that's Anzoátegui State. We have access in Margarita. And of course, we have access here in Maracay, my home city. And that doesn't work in a high school or a university itself. There is a program, okay? It works outside from any public institution. And high school students are selected, okay? Between age 14 and 16, average age. They are selected from several high schools. And well, you have this process of interviews, writing an essay. And after all this process of selection, they are going to study English for 2 years. English is like an excuse, okay? Of course, the language is important, forms, how to express, how to communicate, but inside the program also values, activities, community, ecology, nature is considered. So besides English classes that are taken twice a week, we have all these activities inside the same program that enhance those elements I mentioned: family, community, ecology, how to take care of nature, how to preserve water, and so on.
I got it.
Mostly we work with teenagers.
I see. It's very useful program then that.
It is.
I understand.
It is.
Great. Thank you very much for telling about this access program in your high school, Maria. Thank you. So, Maria, you know that there are a lot of new teachers and that they start their career, they're planning to start their career. So, for them, as an experienced teacher and educator, what advice would you give to new or aspiring English language teachers, like who are just starting their teaching careers or plan to become a teacher?
Okay. Mostly that they must love, not only like, but they must love what they do. Okay? They must love what they do.
Okay, of
They
course.
must prepare to face different situations that can happen in daily in a classroom, okay, with any learner, any student. Family situations, economical situations, sadness, getting late, coming from work, going to work after class, because some of our students are university are grown-ups, adults, they have families, they work in another place. So there are like different things that we must be prepared to face. For this, you have to love what you do. You have to be flexible.
Exactly.
You have to be tolerant. You have to try to get on the place of the other one and understand. So that the only way that you get to do that is loving what you do. I think there's no other way.
I see. I got it. Thank you. Thank you very much, Maria. So, Maria, the time flies and years pass, and probably in the future, I don't know what are you going to do, what's your plan, but how do you see yourself in 10 years? Will you still be a teacher or trainer, or will you actually really try another job?
Well, I think that even though I possibly I would be retired in 10 years,
Oh,
I
I
would
see.
keep on teaching.
Uh,
Yeah, I
uh-huh.
think I would keep on teaching. I would find a way to keep on teaching and teaching English. There's no other thing I learned to do.
I got it. It's
Really,
very
yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I really, possibly, you know, we can never say never. Possibly in the future, I find
Exactly.
other ways, to make a living, and why not?
Uh-huh.
But at this time, this is what time is it? I think it's 2:30 or something here in Venezuela.
Yeah.
At this time, April 2024, I say that probably I would keep on teaching. Okay.
Great. I see. Thank you. Thank you very much. Maria, let me, there are some times in our lives that we face difficulties and very, the strange situations that we face. And at that time we say, oh, I wish I could that power, or I wish I could have a superpower so I could easily solve my problem, or I could easily sort out this problem. So when you think about this situation in your classroom, if you could have one superpower to use it in the classroom, what would it be and how would it help you?
Okay, I think that if I had one superpower to use in my classroom, that would be magic. Magic to
Hmm.
students level up. Okay,
Ah,
because
I see.
possibly
Hmm.
they sometimes are not motivated. They feel that they are not doing well in language.
Uh-huh.
Mm, the motivation decays. Okay,
Uh-huh.
yeah, sometimes they give up. Okay, it's possibly our work to keep them motivated, to keep them believing they can do it. But if I can have this superpower, uh, not to let them down, that would be magic to level them up. Okay, feel good.
Great.
You're doing well.
Yeah,
Up.
make them feel good. Exactly. So great, great, great magic. I mean, great superpower that you can have for them. Okay, thank you very much, Maria. So, Maria, I think that we finish our, the interview when you step outside your home and find a lottery ticket that ends up winning $100 million. What would you do? Be honest, please. Be honest.
Okay,
You wish.
you know that
I know you wish.
you know that when we think about money, we immediately think about spending it on ourselves. That's the first, possibly temptation we have. But I read or heard somewhere that there's nothing or there's no better feeling or possibly one of the best feelings in the world is when you share what you have. So
Mm-hmm.
if
Great.
I would have that money, I think I would find, of course, we have to cover our basic needs. That's
Uh-huh.
undoubtedly. But I would find a way to share it. And of course, share it with people who needs it the most.
Oh, I see.
So that gives
Wonderful.
you a sensation, well, that happens to me, a sensation that you are making someone happy with something you have. And
I
that's
got it.
rewarding.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Thank you, Maria. Thank you for the idea about the money. So, and being honest. All right. So, okay. So time flies, Maria. And now I'm gonna ask you my last question. Are you ready for it?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay. So, what is your motto?
Ah, my motto, well, I could think of so many things. Okay, but this is related to
Uh-huh.
something I think I described, and in one of the questions you made,
Sure.
make and make knowledge, in our case, English, make English reachable for students. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Can we have it again?
what is on your hands to make language reachable for your students? If they see English is something that is far away from
Mm-hmm.
them, that they cannot make it, they cannot speak or learn or listen, understand what they are listening, they won't succeed. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So do whatever possible, okay, to make language reachable for your students.
Make
And
language reachable for your students.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I got it. Thank you. Thank you very much, Maria. Thank you for your motto and for your ideas. All right then. So that's all my questions, Maria. So before ending our live sessions, would you like to add anything else?
Okay, well, maybe a message for
Sure.
learners, English learners. Expose yourself to language, okay, whatever form it is. Sometimes they find it difficult to
Uh-huh.
understand, and they feel that they don't have enough contact with the
Uh-huh.
language they want to learn. But
Exactly.
and that's something I share with my students in classroom. But
Mm-hmm.
expose yourself, guys, to language.
I
Whatever
got it.
you do in your daily life, even if you are using your phone like 70% of your day, change the language. Your computer, change the language into English. You're watching a series on any platform, captions in English, okay, or an audio in English and captions in Spanish at the beginning, and then you go
Mm-hmm.
forward and change it into English. Try
I
to
see.
find someone to practice your language, but practice. Expose yourself to language, and you will see the change. You will see
Definitely. Thank you.
improvement.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Maria. Okay, and I would like to say thank you very much one more time, Maria, for your suggestions, for your ideas, and for your advice to our audiences and for my questions. And also thank you very much for your time that you spend here, which is most important for all of us. Thank you. And Maria Carolina Guanare was with us tonight with the Teacher Talk Thunder 58, and we had a fruitful session with her. And we are going to be here next week on the same day at the same time, as you know, every Monday at 9 p.m. Turkish time. So until the next time, please take wherever you are. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, and take care of yourself, everybody. Take care of yourself, Maria. Bye-bye, everybody, and peace.
Welcome, bye, and thanks. So honored to be with you, with all of you tonight, all this afternoon here in Venezuela. Bye.
Thank you.
And
Bye.
thank you.
Peace.
Bye. Peace.